This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only.
Pope Benedict XVI prays for peace in the Holy Land, but his trip was mired with controversy. Why are Muslims and Jews upset with the Holy See? And what does the future hold for Palestinian Christians living in Jerusalem? Answers to these questions and more on Link TV's Mosaic Intelligence Report.
I pray really daily for peace, born of justice to return to the Holy Land and the entire region, bringing security and renewed hope for all.
Pope Benedict XVI has completed his 8-day pilgrimage of the Holy Land, preaching peaceful coexistence between the peoples of the region. He urged both Israelis and Palestinians to put aside their grievances and divisions. Just and peaceful coexistence among the peoples of the Middle East can only be achieved through a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect in which the rights and dignity of all are acknowledged and upheld, he said. Before arriving in the region, the Pope declared that he was coming as a pilgrim of peace. The Vatican billed the visit as spiritual rather than political. In fact, from day one, his trip was marred with political controversies. On the Israeli side, Pope Benedict XVI failed to clearly confront the dark history of his native Germany despite attempts to ease tensions with Jews after his recent decision to lift the excommunication of a Holocaust-denying Catholic bishop. Two high-ranking officials at Yad Vashem, Israel's Holocaust memorial, blamed the Pope for not apologizing or using the words murder or Nazis during a speech at the site.
He didn't show many emotions. He did not ask the Jews to forgive the Germans or the churches for being responsible, at least implicitly, for the Holocaust.
Many Palestinians were also not thrilled by the papal visit. Nicht willkommen, not welcome, in Benedict's native tongue German, read a banner across the Basilica of Annunciation in Nazareth, reflecting the resentment among some Muslims at what they regard as Benedict's insults about the Prophet Muhammad. This Pope does not respect Islam, Nabil Shahada, an East Jerusalem resident, told me. Many Palestinians had wanted the Pope to stand next to Israel's separation wall and condemn it. Several thousands of them, mostly living in diaspora, had petitioned the Vatican urging the Pope to travel into Gaza to witness firsthand the destruction left behind by Israel's Operation Cast Lead. Instead, the Pope opted to visit the Aida refugee camp in Bethlehem and speak to the press outside a UN school at a refugee camp within meters of the wall. He acknowledged Palestinian suffering and the destruction of Gaza, but attributed it to the turmoil that has afflicted this land for decades.
A suffering nation, a nation under siege. He needs to pay special attention to this and make recommendations to world leaders to focus their attention on the issues of the Palestinians and the situation that took place in Gaza.
Meanwhile, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Fuad Tuwal, warned the Pope about the shrinking numbers in the Palestinian Christian community because of immigration due to the unjust occupation of Palestinian land by Israel and all its humiliation. Israelis attribute this to economics and Muslim extremism. In 1948, Christians represented 20% of the population of historic Palestine. Today, they only represent 2% of the population residing between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea. Discounting all the foreign-born priests, nuns, and clergymen living in close proximity to the Holy Sepulchre in the Old City of Jerusalem, the oldest Christian community in the world, Palestinian Christians represent only 1% of the inhabitants. According to Palestinian Jerusalemites, this falls into the grand scheme of transforming a big portion of the old city of Jerusalem into a large theme park.
Armed with power of the occupation, they seek to force Christians and Muslims to migrate from this land in order to transform our Holy Land to mere tourist attraction.
The Israeli government has been quietly implementing a $165 million 8-year development plan that aims at transforming the area known as the Holy Basin, the land both inside and just outside the walled old city, into a major biblical kingdom. Much of the plan has been put under the control of ultra-nationalist Israeli settlers groups who are simultaneously at the forefront of a land acquisition policy geared to taking over as many Palestinian homes in the area as possible. The next time the Pope comes to Jerusalem, its Latin Patriarch may have to point towards where the Christians used to live in the ancient city. I'm Jamal Dajani for the Mosaic Intelligence Report. To learn more about this program or to share your thoughts, visit us at linktv.org/mir. You can also read my blog on the Huffington Post.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs which connect you to the world.